over here, and here. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to be here, as far as I remember. It said not authenticated at first. What does that even mean? Not authenticated? I'm allowed to be here. Vicari, hello, hello! And Talon, welcome in, welcome in. How are you both doing? Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Doing alright? I'm glad to hear that. I was trying to go live, and for a second it said I wasn't authenticated. And I'm like, what do you mean not authenticated? I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to be here. I'm pretty sure I've been, like, the first wave of founding streamers. Not authenticated? Excuse you. I hope everyone is doing well. Hello, hello, Lillian. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, what's up, Talon? I am in a good mood today because I am getting things done. Believe it or not, isn't that a miracle? I'm getting work done. I'm excited. I've been clearing the commission queue, and I am in a good position here. Eve, hello, welcome in, welcome in. IRIAM was like, how do we know you're the real Starlight Akari? Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. I am me. I haven't changed anything here. But I hope you guys are doing well today. I've been getting work done. I'm sort of like I'm in a place right now where my commissions are like in a quiet zone, and I want to keep it there just for a tiny little bit because I'm trying to work on YouTube stuff. And you guys know that I haven't really taken YouTube seriously yet, but we are going to get there. We are taking YouTube seriously, and I have no idea how any of this is going to pan out, but it's a really cool experiment that I'm going to play with, and I'm excited to show you guys soon. The goal is to get a video out this month, and I'm going to be trying something new, so we're going to see how it goes. Am I real? I mean, it depends on who you ask, I suppose, you know? Celestial Fox Spirit? I don't know. I guess the answer can vary depending on who you ask, or who can see me. Illusion magic and all that, right? Charming Falcon, hello! Welcome in, welcome in! How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Alright, making sure this is, like, not too loud. I feel like every song I have to balance, like, background music and whether or not you guys can hear it. But yeah, I am excited. I am looking forward to this. I have been making a plan to do, like, a little bit of storytelling because I've had the idea to do YouTube videos, and I keep jumping between, like, tutorials and stories and all this different stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I can do tutorials at some point, but I want to try something new, and it's very storytelling based because it was something that I wanted to do on IRIAM, beforehand, and I was like, okay, I could tell it on IRIAM, but I think that it's something that needs to be very visual, so it's gonna be very visually based, which means it's like a lot of different art pieces. But it's gonna be like simple and cute, so we'll see how it goes. KK Thornton, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How's everything going today? Hope you're doing well. Talon says, I regret not continuing Mark's one-year course. Should I just do gesture drawing throughout the remaining year? I envy you, Star. Why are creative people cursed with only being happy when they get stuff done? Why would you envy me for only being happy when I get work done? That doesn't sound like something to be very envious of. Alright, be right back. No worries, Thornton. Or I don't know if I should call you, KK. Either way. If you're wondering if you should do gesture drawing the rest of the year, well, I do more than just gesture drawing. I don't really think anyone can do just gesture drawing the entire year. That's a lot. Yeah, gesture drawing is like a practice. And, Talon, I think that what I've seen from your gesture drawings before is that the main issue... I feel like I'm talking over my music too much here. The main issue with what I've seen with your gesture drawings is that they're really, really fast. And they are supposed to be fast. Gesture drawings are supposed to be fast. But you've been doing them so quickly that you don't have the anatomy in there much, and you do like 50 at a time, and you kind of squish them all together, and it makes it really, really hard to figure out, like, which is each piece. So if you're going to do gesture drawing, and I think I've given you the suggestion before, but I'll give it to you again. My suggestion to you is that if you're going to do gesture drawing, do less gestures per session. Try 10. Don't try 50, try 10. Try 10, maybe 5 to start off, but, you know, let's say 10. And I want you to focus on the proportions of the person, okay? The proportions. Because that's the main thing. If you try to draw 50 at a time, then you kind of squish them to fit your page. Yeah, 5 is good. 5 is good. Do 5 and focus on the proportion of the reference image. Because I've seen when you do 50, you end up squishing them down. And then they start looking like, you know, little army men. And it makes it hard to actually... It makes it hard to actually learn from the exercise. Because here's the thing. If you do something like gesture drawing or figure sketching or whatever, it doesn't matter how much you do it if you're not studying what is and is not working. If you just do the work without thinking about it, it's going to be really hard to improve. You're going to be improving much slower. If you want to succeed at gesture drawing, do less gestures and study each one afterwards. Can't practice gestures when the image is too small to show a gesture. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gesture drawings. Yeah, we're gonna be doing circus art here. Hi, Vicare. Welcome in. Lemon Drops. Hello, hello. Welcome in. It's nice to meet you. I see that you are a first time. So, hello. Comprehension versus repetition. Exactly. Yeah. You really have to understand what you're doing, and it's hard. Like, when I did gesture drawings in art school, they make you go through them really fast, and they make you repeat them. And you do have to do, like, 50. I think when I did gesture drawings in art school, you get about 20 seconds 10 seconds at the start, right? And you're doing a giant pad of newsprint. And I hated these exercises. I hated them so much. We had to use charcoal. And there's no medium that I hate more than charcoal. If you like charcoal, I have nothing against you. I personally can't stand charcoal. I'm wearing a white dress. I don't like charcoal. But, we had about 10 seconds, and you would have to do a gesture, and then use the next piece of newsprint, and then do a gesture, and then use the next piece of newsprint. Again, and again, and again, and again. And I think we had to repeat that 20 times. Then you take a 5-minute break. Then you move on to doing, like, 1-minute gesture. And then you can't do them as quickly. You have to slow down and actually look at your subject matter in front of you, right? So then you do the 1-minute gesture, and if you have any extra time, you use that time to watch the proportions. Make sure that everything is the length that it should be. The arms are long enough, the legs are long enough, or short enough, you know? Sometimes if you don't plan, people end up going off the page. But, we would do like 10 of those, and then take a break. And then the last one, we would do 20 minutes. So we're moving from like 10 seconds to 1 minute to 20 minutes. And the idea is that at that point, you're not trying to just get the idea down as fast as you can. You are trying to really internalize what you are looking at. And then it's a matter of comprehension, exactly like Eve was saying, right? Then it's a matter of really understanding the subject matter. Then you start being able to like put in form and put in highlights and put in shadow. And then you do 3 of those, and then you end up having to do a final one for an hour. And at about 30 minutes in, after you've been doing gestures super fast, you kind of feel like there's nothing left to add. But yeah. So the main thing is, you just really have to, if you're going to be doing gesture drawing study, you can't just do it willy-nilly. You have to really internalize the gesture work, and you have to mainly focus on it in terms of, this is so that I am practicing composition and proportion. That's the point of gesture, right? Composition, proportion, and flow. It's flow and it's composition. That's the main thing. Natasha, hello on the YouTube side. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't talk on the YouTube side as much as on IRIAM, so I am happy that you are here, but if I miss any messages, it's nothing personal. I want to express Talon says, I want to express myself in a certain way that I can't do with my current skill. And that's understandable. I want to express myself in a certain way that I can't do with current skills either. I think every artist goes through that. I think every artist, feels that they cannot express themselves in the same way that they would like to with their current skill set. We're always improving, right? I mean, I've told Vessa how many times that I have, like, courses that I want to take. I know that there's a bunch of people in my Discord server who have courses that they still haven't taken. But yeah, it's absolutely something that, that everyone goes through, that every artist feels. Vicari says, I heard once that the way you want to express yourself, the image you see in your head, is 3 years past your current skill level. Oh my gosh. You know what? That actually feels really accurate. The image that you see in your head is 3 years past your current skill level. That seems... I could understand that. I feel like that probably adds up. And if that's the case, wow, can I get to where I want to in 3 years? That'd be amazing. That's interesting, though. I just noticed the title, Why You Do This To Me? Because I still had the Pokemon icon up and I had to make use of it. Bacon, hello, welcome in. Nice to meet you. Hello. Or I should say, nice to see you again. You've been in here before. To keep it safe for work, I want to do figure drawings in a way that helps me express how I feel, if that's okay to talk about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Figure drawing is a technical exercise. Bacon, how are you doing today? I hope everything's going well. But yeah, I think that, I think that every artist sort of feels that way. And you know, it's interesting, right? Because I was just talking about my YouTube stuff, right? That I want to get back into YouTube. I am going to be doing it in a style that is going to be like children's book-ish, like watercolory. And it's funny, right? Because I haven't really gotten to use that style much. Because it's a style that I developed when I would get people who wanted me to, like, who said that they had the next great American novel idea, or they wanted me to do a Christmas card, or they wanted me to, you know, or they wanted me to, like, make something for their kid, or they had the next great idea, or whatever. So I developed a really fast watercolor style, because chances are they would always want to be like, oh, do you have any examples of this extremely specific instance? And I'm like, okay, 90% I'm probably not going to get the job, so I'm going to develop a really fast style to show you what I can do, and so that I don't lose my mind. Because if I was doing the art style that I normally do, right, like how I drew myself here, or how I paint Pokemon, or do commissions for VTubers, I would be wasting so much time. So I developed a really quick watercolory children's book style, specifically for that kind of approach. So I'm going to be developing that style through these YouTube videos. That's sort of the plan. And they're gonna be sort of like speed paint videos with a story attached. Very, I guess the best way to say is like very, My Little Pony-esque. I don't know, I want to do something very innocent and fun and sweet, and it also, relates a lot to you guys, because the main characters of these stories are going to be stargazers. So, you know, we're gonna start off with things that are a bit more generic. Maybe in the future, some of you guys could star in your own stories. We'll have to see. You never know. You doing well? I'm glad to hear it, Bacon. Hang on, and make sure I didn't miss anything here. You sure there's only one Mew and not two? I see what you do there. I see what you do. I kind of want to draw poses that are slightly suggestive, but still somewhat safe for work. That would help me express how I feel. So you want to do pinup art? I feel like you're basically saying that you want to do pinup art. I don't really know how that would, like, help express how you feel, but I guess it's an interesting skill to learn if you want to draw pretty VTubers. I mean, the latest piece that I did of Monarch was basically that. It's an okay, like, pose style to learn. Oh, if you don't know what it is, then that's probably not what you're talking about then. I mean, it's like, how do I explain this as a safe for work VTuber? I feel like pinup is just the best way to say it, because it's like the posters that, that came in certain, older magazines. but the idea itself is basically just drawing a character who, is showing off a little bit more, is presenting themselves a bit more openly. The bunny magazine, yeah, exactly, there you go. So, it's like, the pose itself can be a little bit more risque, but you can still do it in a safer work way. And I think that there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that's, like, probably what 90% of VTuber art commissions look like, if we're being honest. And you can have some that have people with clothes, and you have some that don't have clothes. And yeah, they can be very tasteful, exactly. I'd like to think that the piece I did of Monarch recently was considered pretty tasteful. And it's a good style. It's a good way to show character expression with gesture, right? So if we're going back to how we're talking about gesture, you can make things really interesting that way. Basically going towards the spicy side, I just feel like it's what I want to do. It's, Talon, I'm a little bit surprised, considering the only work that I've seen of yours so far has been your Tengu self. Jordan Goku, hello, welcome in. So, and your Tengu self is very, like, the character has a very Made in Abyss body type. Like, very animal-like, very, like, basic animal-like. Like, the bird looks like a bird, not like an anthro. So, I'm not really sure where this is coming from, because I've never once seen you drawn anything like that before. And you wanted to work on creepypasta stories, so I'm not really sure where creepypasta stories relate to pretty anime girl pinup. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'm missing something. That's a 180, but also jumping into another dimension. Honestly, yeah. Potential plot hole. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely missing the plot. I mean, I get, like, pinup art with horror stories. That is indeed a niche. KK Thornton, I'm sorry, I do not speak Japanese. I apologize. No Nihongo. I know, I feel like I'm kind of being authentic and going with something I'm not comfortable with. Wait. You just contradicted yourself. I feel like, Talon, you said, I feel like I'm kind of being authentic and going with something I'm not comfortable with. I feel like I'm really missing something here. If you're not comfortable with something, but you want to be authentic, it doesn't really sound like you're being authentic. It sounds like you're forcing yourself to do something that you're not comfortable with because you think that there's some other reason that you need to do it. I mean, like, okay, Talon says, I mean, like, not authentic, but still want to pursue something like that. So you want to push yourself outside of your comfort zone for something that you haven't done yet, that you feel like you need to do. Is it okay if I ask why you feel like this is a direction that you want to go? Considering that, for the past few years that I've known you asking about content, this has never come up. I'm very I'm very curious as to how we got here. Because I know that I've seen your gesture work. I know I've seen your animal bird folk work. I know I've seen your creepypasta work, and I know you've seen your designs for creepypasta. So, tasteful pinup art is definitely a different direction that I have never seen any indication of from you. Which is fine, like, you know, do what you want. But I'm wondering if there's, like, a reason that you want to go in that direction suddenly? Because, yeah, Vessel's kind of right. That's a little bit of a complete 180 into another dimension, from what I'm familiar with. And it's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm just very curious as to how this ended up going into this direction, let's say. I don't know, do you guys ever do 180 with projects like that too? I'm trying to think of what I've done that is kind of in that direction. I guess, like, for me, maybe the closest has been, like Well, Monarch was kind of outside my comfort zone, if I'm being real. I think going, like, 2D and 3D is actually pretty 180 for me. Although I do really miss 3D. I used to do a lot of 3D work. I used to do a lot of sculpture. But yeah, I want to get back into that. It's, like, 2D and 3D is probably the closest that I could think of. Talon says, to be honest, I wanted to do something that will help me express how I feel. It feels unnatural. I feel like that's another contradiction. I don't really know how to address this on stream at this point. Vikari says I do a lot of 180s like that, but that's entirely just because I don't really know what style I want. That is completely understandable, Vikari. Vikari, have you, are you in the Discord? Because, because a member of our Discord actually brought that up today, that they are really inspired by a lot of different artists, and they didn't really know who to go with, so I actually gave them some advice recently, and I was saying that you might want to try to, like, narrow down your favorites. I lurk in there a lot, but I don't post. That's okay if you don't post, but if you saw in the Creative Cafe discussion, we were talking a lot about different favorite artists and how you can sort of narrow down your favorites to figure out sort of what style you want to lean towards, what you want to go towards, right? We're never directly copying anyone one-to-one, but I think, like, doing master studies or being super inspired by one or two different directions can really help us. KK Thornton, it's entirely fine for you to stay here. I can't read Japanese, especially kanji. I can't read kanji at all, so I won't know what you're saying, and I think that the majority of people in here won't know what you're saying either. So it's totally alright to say, but I would like to ask that you write in English, if possible, because then everyone will be able to communicate and interact with you. Talon says, I'm chasing something not natural to me. I'll just focus on what I'm already good at, I guess. Yeah, I'm not really sure, I'm not really sure why you're chasing something that doesn't feel natural to you. I know that you've been, jumping around as to, like, what feels right or what your time should be going towards. I feel like your best bet right now is to not go in the direction of something brand new to you. If you're still sort of struggling out with what works, I would focus on something that you are comfortable with that you can currently elevate. Because you're already trying to learn a lot of new skill sets as it is, and adding on new ones, I'm not sure would be the best use of your time. You can prove me wrong. You can 100% prove me wrong. And say, no, Starlight, you've no idea what you're talking about. I know this is the direction I want to go. But I have seen you jump between directions a lot lately. So I sort of feel like that you should, like, narrow your focus to something that really makes you happy. And I don't know if this is gonna make you happy, or if there's some internal demon that makes you feel like you have to do this. But I'd focus on what makes you happy, what you really enjoy, what doesn't feel as much like work, right? What you could just get up and jump to if someone says you have to draw right now. You have to draw. I'm gonna force you to draw. Then draw whatever it is that would be your favorite thing for that. Slowly expanding your comfort zone can be less stressful. Yeah, absolutely. If you jump too much into it, you're just gonna get overwhelmed and not want to do the work at all, frankly. Let's be real. At this point, Talon needs to schedule a conference call with you. Probably, honestly. So, fun facts. I actually do that, guys. I have listings on VGen specifically for personal branding calls and art critique and advice calls. I actually have one tomorrow. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna be working with another VTuber tomorrow and helping them expand on their lore and social growth. So that is actually something I offer as a service, believe it or not. Fun facts. Talon says, if would fully explain, but this wouldn't really be safe for work, I'll just leave it at that. There are a lot of nasty internal demons that make me want to do that. Okay, yeah, we'll leave it there for now. I just think that in terms of developing stuff for content creation, for social media, for online stuff, you should just, you know what? I'm just gonna say it flat out. Continue the creepypasta work, because you've already put in so much time into that. So much time into that. And then, if it slowly develops into doing things like pinup art or whatever, then that's fine. But I really do think that you should focus on the creepypasta, because you've already said how you wanted to do it for shorts, you've already said how you wanted it to be your game dev focus, you've already made a lot of different art pieces for it. I'd focus on that. You have most of your eggs in that basket, and I wouldn't want you throwing that away. Hero End, hello, welcome in. I hope everything is going well today. Hello, hello. Yeah, exactly. Stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you're good at, further develop it. Don't let all the eggs go away. You're a bird. I think you should value those eggs. So yeah, I think that is sort of the best advice I can give you at this point. Don't let the bird toss the eggs. Eggs are very expensive nowadays. We are going through a big egg shortages. Eve, thank you so much for the heart. Thank you. Don't throw away those eggs. Those eggs are expensive and valuable. And you've already been working hard to gather all those eggs. And if you're not gonna need them, we need them for Easter soon anyway. But yeah, don't toss those eggs. Keep developing those. Decorate your eggs. Decorate your eggs for Easter. This makes sense in my head. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else, but it makes sense in my head. I feel like I was talking about something completely different before, and now I don't remember what it was. All the trinkets you have mounted on your back are really hindering your flight. Yeah, you're holding on to too many little things. Just grab the bit. You're trying to make an omelet with robin eggs, and it's not gonna work. You need something a little bigger and a little bit more focused. Great thing about yapping streams, I know, right? Mew under the truck, yeah, exactly. I have the Pokemon icon up now, so I called the stream Mew under the truck because, hey, if you're not in the Discord yet, I have a Mew wallpaper. And if you are able to get a star badge this month, then you will get access to the Mew wallpaper. I want to continue the wallpaper thing. I think that's like a really fun way to reward people is with different wallpapers. And funny enough, I was looking at Magia Etc., the Madoka show that is the Madoka game that is going to be coming out soon. And they were also giving away different phone wallpapers, and I was like, yeah, phone wallpapers are a thing, let's keep doing that. And they're really fun, and they're kind of very, like, IRIAM themed, and they also work for people who are not on IRIAM. So I think that's, like, something I want to do, is speed painting, speed paint phone wallpapers for Star Badge earners. I think it would be nice. And I need to, I need to reward the current Star Badge earners like Dual Thrones. I need to put that in the channel in the Discord. I'm gonna make a channel in the Discord that is, like, for all the Star Badge stuff. And Dual Thrones, hello, welcome in. I am doing well. I hope you are having a pleasant day yourself. And Eve, to explain the Star Badge, basically, I can't see it on my screen, so you guys are gonna have to let me know. I believe in the upper left-hand corner, so, okay, left, here, I believe that there should be a little star icon, and then it should show you what you still need to earn a star badge. Like Dual Thrones. Do you see that? Dual Thrones' name is in blue. Dual Thrones has a star badge. And it's sort of based on, like, how often you're in the streams, and gifting and stuff, and all those kind of things. And it resets every month, so you always have a chance to re-earn it. No stress. No worries about that. And then, yeah, if you're because the month just started, right? So you have a long time to earn it. And then if you do earn it, and if you're in the Discord, then I will have a phone wallpaper for you of Mew. And if you are in the Discord, you can actually see, you can get a little sneak peek as to what that looks like right now. I need an hour view time. I think you're probably gonna hit that today then. Well, I don't know, maybe in a stream or 2 or 3, but you'll definitely get it within this month. Yeah, that's sort of the quick rundown of it. Talon asks if they can still appreciate spicy art, even if they can't replicate it themselves and have a different style. Talon, I think that's the majority of people. I think the majority of people appreciate spicy art and don't draw it themselves. I think that's just being human. Yeah, just appreciate art, exactly. Is there a bot that connects to Discord or something? There is not a bot that connects to Discord. I am doing it manually. So, if you get a star badge, then I will manually give you the role. If you have a star badge and I did not give you the Discord role, please let me know. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. I think I just want to make it that, like, if you get a star badge, you get access to it, and, on IRIAM, I am not, on IRIAM, I can't do anything about them resetting each month. But on Discord, so far, I'm just sort of making it that you keep the role if you earn it. So yeah, it's not super crazy. And I don't really know how to separate yet, like, you know, 2-star, 3-star, all that kind of stuff. That's a little bit tricky for me still. So at the moment, I'm sticking with wallpapers that anyone can appreciate. And at some point, maybe I will attempt to add myself to more of them, if I can, I don't know. That is still something that's a little bit touch and go for me, I suppose. Infinite Otaku, hello, welcome in. I hope everything's going well. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm trying to take care of you guys. I'm not the best at it, admittedly. But I am trying. I am really trying. Dual Thrones, I was saying earlier that the next thing that I'm doing is I'm really, really trying to focus on YouTube. So I'm planning on getting a YouTube video out this month, and it's going to be something a bit different, because the only YouTube videos I've previously released so far have been speed paints, tutorials, and tutorials on just clips from stream, really. So I want to do stuff that's a little bit more, like, sweet and storytelling based, and it's very MLP inspired, so I'm hoping that you'll like it. Talon says it's common for pet rabbits to escape from the pen in the backyard. I don't keep you guys in a pen in the backyard. You're free to roam. You guys just happen to know that a Lucinari isn't very safe, and that staying in the atelier is likely a better option. Hikari says, question, do you have any resources you recommend to just relearn the most basics of art? Basics of art. Okay. Basics of art, I would probably say hey, wait, I'm trying to explain things here. Well, hello, Charming Falcon. It's not safe in IRIAM either. That's very true. At least not for me. For you guys, it seems that you're immune. But for me, I suppose, not really. I have to catch up again. Know who feeds us? There you go. Pishtosh, Dual Thrones says you're great at being sweet to your people. We're just troublesome little chaos monkers. No kidding. Oh my gosh, no kidding. The heroine says, speaking of Mew under a truck, I saw a YouTube video about all the hidden areas in every mainline Pokemon game, Gen 1 to current. Ooh, interesting. Talon says, I will fully visit the spook side of the realm, but since I'm in a vulnerable rabbit form, I will keep my distance. It's not so much spooky as it is, just, you know, claws and fangs and things. Lillian says we're not immune, we just fix our injuries in secret. What? Wait, no! Sorry, Vicare. Proko. Not Procreate. Proko. Proko. They are a YouTuber, and I think that the videos can be kind of advanced because, it is, like, a lot of the videos are focused on anatomy, but I do believe that Proko should have some beginner lessons. If not, I would say Proko's a really good one because he's sort of like all around. And I'm trying to think of who else on the top of my head. Marco, is it Marco Bucci or Mark Brunet? I always get them Mark Brunet is really good. Again, kind of focuses on anatomy a lot. Marco Bucci is amazing for color. If you ever need to know anything about color, Marco Bucci is your guy. These are all people on YouTube that you guys can look up. I constantly go back to Marco Bucci's lessons because I feel like color is, ironically, not my strongest suit, despite how much color I have on me. It's something I want to get better at. Talon says, what if I could be in my Crow Tengu form while visiting the forest? That doesn't work at all. You're a stargazer. You're a little rabbit. You're a bunny. There is no Crow Tengu in Illusionari. You are a bunny. Heroine says, did you know for 3rd gen, only 1% of players have visited the special islands to find the legendaries, like the Birth Island for Deoxys. These islands can be accessed with special event items. Oh, hey! I'm in the 1% of players, then! I'm in the 1% of players in that case, because yes, I did do the special events. I remember those. Oh my gosh. I was telling somebody, or I think I was telling Vessa, I really miss event, like, true event Pokemon. Like, the type that you could get when you were, when you, like, went to physical locations and they got, like, you know, cards and things. I miss those so much. Oh, man. The Eon ticket, those, yeah. I love special events, and I wish Pokemon would do more of those. Eve says, can I be an angel bunny? Yeah, absolutely. Talon says, a bunny with feather wings? Yeah, you could. Vicari says, thank you. Being self-taught means I'm shaking all the basics. Yeah, no worries. Vicari, even if you prefer to lurk on the Discord, there should be a channel called Artist Resources, and I know that they are, a little bit more advanced in some areas, but I try to have, like, a mix of things, so do see if there's anything in there that helps as well. Also, my first video is going to have a little bit of a beginner lesson, too, so I hope that helps as well. Dual Thrones. No! Dual Thrones. Bad Stargazer. No. Don't listen to Dual Thrones, guys, please. Don't listen to Dual Thrones. If you look up the word, please add the word animal or Final Fantasy on the end. Please, I beg of you. Vessa says if Harmony can have wings as a hamster, so can bunnies. Exactly. Heroine says, I remember back in the day, Toys R Us gave out level 100 Regigigas, and if you transferred it to Platinum, you could unlock the Reggies. I miss those kind of things, you know? Talon says, basically, I can fly around the forest and leave chocolate buttons all over a... No, 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 no. No. Why are you bunking me? Eve, no! Why? What did I do? Oh. No! Thank you very much for following. Hello! For being too- excuse me, Jordan Goku, what? Lillian says a safer search would be Cabot, though they lack the Stargazer's tassels. I guess, yeah. The thing- okay, the reason- Carbuncle, the animal, the creature, right? It gets its name because it has a gemstone on its forehead. And, it comes from, like, basically the word for like, a jewel, or ruby, or garnet. And unfortunately, there's another term that uses the same thing because it's also red, and ugh, I hate it so much. I hate that it's, like, hard to avoid that. That's why you always have to say animal, or mythical creature, or Final Fantasy, or any of those kind of things. But what basically separates a carbuncle is the gemstone on its forehead. Every Stargazer has a gemstone on their forehead. Kind of like my star in a way, but never a star shape, because that would just get confusing. Talon says, even if I'm being scolded, you're the one that's actually being punished. Seems so! Dual Throne says, even the ones that don't bonk or have explosives exist for mischief. How did you guys all become little mischievous gremlins? Charming Falcon says, wow, there's a bat I never knew. Uh-huh, okay. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. You guys are a bunch of little troublemakers. I know now. Hey! Blech. Become, I was born a goblin, sort of. The obvious answer for me, because Crow Tengu are very known for being mischievous. You are a bunny in a Lucinari, though. That's the thing, you know, traveling to a Lucinari, you become bunny. I've not heard this carbuncle explanation in ages, hits that good nostalgia. I'm guessing then for you, you know it from Final Fantasy. Basically, stargazers are essentially carbuncles with a bunny body type, and they have little tassels below their ears, and the tassels are sort of like indicative of their magic. So each carbuncle has different types of tassels, and each carbuncle can sort of be in like any color, you know? So some tassels, they look like lightning, or they look like waves, or they look like flames, or they just look like bunny ears, and that's fine too. Sometimes the tassels and the ears can sort of flip-flop. So sometimes the ears have more decoration and are larger than the tassels, and sometimes the tassels are really short. But usually the tassels are longer than the ears. It all kind of depends. Lillian says we could become bunnies and remind the world why they are not to be underestimated. For all the world will be your enemy, prince with 1,000 enemies. Oh my gosh! Lillian, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I can see what you're doing. Eve wants really big ears. An entire twin-tailed race. Amazing. Oh my gosh, Vesta. Yeah, stargazers can have really big ears, and they can have, like, lesser tassels. It all kind of depends. Yeah, Dual Thrones is right. Medical carbuncle is a skin lesion. So I'm always warning you guys, because I'm trying to save your sanity, because we have nothing in common with that. It's bunnies and mythical creatures. And sometimes, carbuncles can sort of look like different animals. There are some carbuncles that look more like cats. There are some that look more like foxes. But generally, stargazers look more like bunnies because you guys came from lunar rabbits. B Heroine says, I miss special events for Pokemon 2. Download code's easy nowadays. It doesn't make it fun. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Nothing? Absolutely nothing? What do you mean? What do you mean, nothing? Are my tassels made of fuses? Charming Falcon, that wouldn't shock me, honestly. We do have... There is a Stargazer that has tassels that kind of look like smoke. So honestly, that wouldn't be too far off now, would it? Dual Throne says, I'm a medical hobbyist. Medical things are interesting to me. Medical carbuncle doesn't bother me. That's fair, that's fair. I'm just trying to save the sanity of most Stargazers. If I can help it. Talon says, can I use giant ears to fly around like a helicopter bunny? Have the rest of Celestial Bunnies grab and we all land on top of you? Why? What is with the landing? What is with the... Why? You guys could probably just jump on my head if you wanted. As a bomb bunny works in the mines and demolitions the trees. Oh my gosh. Too late for me. I'm sorry, Eve. I tried. Dual Thrones is also... Ah! Mischief! Mischief! All you Stargazers are mischievous! Ah! Eve! Why? No! Double or nothing, apparently! What the heck? Are you guys working together now? Are you guys working together now? Vessa, they've already been ignited. Oh. Congrats, Eve, you got the star! My delight is immeasurable. I'm glad to hear it, Charming Falcon. And congrats, Eve. Thank you for the party poppers. Congrats on the star badge. That's me on fire. I am on fire. I'm constantly on fire. We're conspiring. Oh my gosh. Oh. You are all insane. Execute Order 66 Bomb Barrage. That's seriously what it feels like, my goodness. Oh my gosh. I feel like I missed something here. No, I didn't. You guys are all just mischievous. Mischievous little gremlins. Who knew that bunnies could be so violent? Eve, no, don't go too crazy, please. Ay, ay, ay. No, you are all insane. I don't know how this happened. I will never know how this happened. You guys are supposed to be like celestial rabbits, lunar rabbits that praise to the moon. When did the moon become bomb? The bunnies made me crazy. Oh my gosh, no. Is it because you guys like round objects? Is that it? Is this like somehow the connection? You miss the moon, so the bomb is the closest thing you've got? Charming Falcon says we're insane. What does that say about you? I don't know. I don't know what went wrong. I feel like I added chemical X to the equation. Dual Thrones, we don't talk about Watership Down. Bjorn says we're as crazy as when the Cyan sees the full moon and turns into a giant ape. Yeah, basically. Curse of the were-rabbit, you guys are. Important question, are kangaroo, or are they just huge rabbits? Well, kangaroo is a marsupial, so I want to say that they are kangaroo. Book is even better, I actually recommended it on the Discord. I saw it, I was like, oh no. We're not just any old rabbits, we're celestial were-rabbits. Apparently so, yes. What even makes a were-rabbit, right? I mean, you guys can already do all the tinkering things and apparently handle bombs. But, like, what makes a were-rabbit exactly? I mean, you guys basically can use your paws for a lot of different things. Eve says I'm an angel, no scary rabbit. You may be an angel, but you still threw a bomb. Lillian says I'm definitely obsessed with round objects, but the moon is only one of them. That's fair, yeah. A were-rabbit is a rabbit who's lost. He was a blessed bomb. Eve threw the holy hand grenade. Oh. Were-rabbits, here rabbits, wascally rabbits. Oh my gosh. Wild you are. Wild you all are. It's that time of day again. 1, 2, or 3. I've already decided which is which. Oh boy. Oh. I feel like this always, like, makes my gears turn more than they should. 7. Choose all 3 and relish the results? I'm not sure that's a good idea. Alright, I'm either going to... Alright. I have a goal to make 3 videos, and I'm on my first video, so I'm gonna say 1. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charming Falcon. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. That worked. I'm on the first video. I'm going to get this video done, and that just gave me the encouragement to keep working on it. So thank you. Lucky dang it. It's like when someone offers you red pill or blue pill, just power them both up. No! Lillian, bad. You guys are supposed to be a bunch of, like, cute, cuddly, safe for work bunnies, and I'm gonna have to, like, give you the Watership Down warning on everything. You're basically just supposed to be, like, My Little Ponies in bunny form. And we are not in that direction, apparently. The fact that you feed us water is your downfall? Water? We are in the process of building a warren? What do you mean? What do you mean, water? I said you guys were gremlins, but it's not like I'm feeding you after midnight or anything. I feel like I need water, though. We yearn to dig. Are you ground type, Lillian? Yeah, it's not after midnight. It's not after midnight. Technically, it's always after midnight, so I never understood that rule. What do you mean it's always after midnight? Moon dust. What do you mean it's always after midnight? I'm trying to think about that now. That's like saying that the day can't continue. I'm actually not sure. Ghost type in general? Stargazer form is different, probably. When can you feed Mokwai then? When the sun comes up? I don't get it. I mean... afternoon? Maybe? I'm trying to think about, like, how much you guys are aware of the celestial heavenly time. You guys are gonna make me contemplate time now from the mortal and celestial planes, aren't you? I can't really figure that out now. If you're following time by the sun and the moon, but you guys are basically controlled with the moon. Or connected to the moon, essentially. We're Kingdom of Stargazer. Clearly, we're obsessed with the celestial cycle. Yeah, exactly. But then, like, why would you say that that you're always in after midnight? So, like, what is time to you? Because clearly you would be paying attention to the cycles of the moon. It says no feeding after midnight, but they never say what time it has to get to before you can feed them. So it's always after the previous midnight. Ah, I see. Time is wimey. Non-existent. Fair enough. Time is an illusion. I mean, Illusionari is basically built on illusions, so... Legend says most of the native population of celestial rabbits are on the moon. Well, used to be, anyway. Used to be. Now you guys are sort of, hanging out here with me. Because things. Because events. Because... yes. We got bunny napped? No, not bunny napped. Time's a river. We only know about it by reading the Chronicon. They don't say no feeding between midnight and 7 a.m., just no feeding after midnight. Yeah. I would imagine it's just, like, when the sun comes up next, right? Because pony. There you go. Piccolo destroyed the moon along with the older population. The remaining survivors live with Starlight. No, we still have the moon. We still have the moon. We just don't have Estrella. Which is kind of where you guys came from. Unfortunately. But the sun goes down before midnight? No, I'm saying, like, it's probably... It's like, you asked when is probably okay again, right? So if it's after midnight, it's probably okay once the sun rises again. The second Gremlins movie makes fun of the midnight thing by discussing time zones and jet lag. Oh my gosh. The answer is when the plot says it's funny. Fair enough. Fair enough. There you go. Lillian says that it's just whenever it's funny. Whenever the comedy strikes correctly, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's what the gremlin species is. If you live in the Arctic Circle during a time when the sun never sets, Yeah, I don't know about that. I've experienced that. You can't just guess when gremlins are involved. Have you seen those movies? I mean, that's what Lillian said. Lillian said, whenever the plot finds it funny. All based on narrative causality. Midnight is when the director says it is. Oh, now we're going into like a Truman Show situation, aren't we? Have you guys ever seen Truman Show? What do you think about Truman Show? It's fantastic. I love Truman Show. It's so well done. You know, it's like I love the storytelling concept of it. It's amazing. I wish more people knew it. Do people not know it? Wait, do people not know about it? I've seen Twilight Zone, fair enough. IRIAM is the Starlight Show, to be honest? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Don't a lot of people know what Truman Show is? I'm pretty sure that it's pretty well known, isn't it? You know, I just haven't seen it. That's fair. For those who don't know, it's not a show, it's a movie. Truman Show is a movie, and I can't, like, if you haven't seen it, I don't really want to spoil it. No, it's not really a spoiler, because everyone knows in the beginning. Essentially, the show revolves around, I thought it'd be cheesy, surprisingly moving, yeah. So Jim Carrey plays, like, the main character, and essentially the idea is that his entire life has been recorded as a TV show, and every single person, watches it. It's, like, their favorite show to watch, you know, like watching your soap opera. And he's the only one who doesn't know. It's a really interesting movie. Don't worry about it, your ratings are highest in your Clueless seasons. Excuse me. The current generation is publishing blind reacts to Star Wars prequels. I don't make assumptions about what people know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's really well done. I do recommend it if you get a chance to see it. And Charming Falcon is right. It's surprisingly moving, I would say. I think that's a good way to say it. But yeah. I don't really know what Vesa means by IRIAM is my show. Yeah, no, Eve, I definitely recommend it. I should watch But I'm Here. I mean, I appreciate you being here. Make it a family movie night. It's definitely like, you know, it's definitely appropriate for anyone to watch. So make it like a family movie night. It'd be fun. Well, you know, or just like, I don't know, make it a movie night for yourself. Get some popcorn. Make a fun event out of it. I don't know. I feel like every time I try to recommend movies to people, it's always someone who doesn't like watching movies or doesn't like making movie nights or something. I don't know how to recommend movies to anybody anymore. Just watch it if you want to at some point. I don't know. Anyway, that's my recommendation, more or less. But yeah. You must watch or the consequences will be dire. No consequences! No consequences. I feel IRIAM is the network. Starlight Stream is her own show. What? IRIAM is the network. And I stream on IRIAM. That's kind of how it goes. No, Eve, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sequoia, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. How am I? I'm very confused right now, actually. But hi, welcome in. Lillian says you're making me want to host movie nights as an excuse to expose other stargazers to weird B and C-list horror films. Oh, jeez. Truman Show Discord movie night when? I've never done a Discord movie night because I don't really know how that works. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll be brave enough to try that. I don't know how those work. I've never done a Discord movie night, and I've never been to one either. So I don't really know how that works. Maybe you guys can explain it at some point. Have you guys ever done a Discord movie night before? I never have, personally. So I really don't know how they work. Nope, lol. Okay, fair. My interest is piqued. Voice chat with speaking perms removed? So I don't really, like... I guess I don't really understand movie night. Because, like, you can't really react to anything with anyone. And it's just kind of silent, and I don't know. Like, how to... Chat! Oh! Oh, wait, that actually makes a lot more sense. So you react through chat, but then you're not talking. Okay, wait, that actually does make sense now that you're saying that. So you can, like, react with text, but you're not interrupting with voice. Okay. Okay. That actually makes a lot more sense now. For some reason, I didn't think about that. You're on your walk? Alright, Sequoia, thank you. I hope you had a good walk. A few times using different method. Discord isn't always kind to streaming, and I prefer to let people talk over the film. Interesting. Not promoting a server? I know there's a horror VTuber Discord server where we watch horror movies every week. Interesting, interesting. Arceus, hello! Welcome in! How are you doing today, Arceus? Let me just adjust myself here. There we go. Maybe it's something I'll think about in the future. I don't know. I've never really considered it. Seriously. TJ Bradley, hello, welcome in. And I see that you're new to IRIAM, so hello, welcome to IRIAM, and thank you so much for following. If you have any questions about IRIAM, I will answer them to the best of my ability. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that's something that I will think about. Pokemon movie night? It's funny because I've been telling my friends that I wanted them to watch the different Pokemon movies, and they never really seem on board, so maybe Pokemon movie night would be very on brand. I was saying that I really liked the third movie, and one of them was saying that they absolutely did not like the third movie. Which is understandable, it's a little bit strange, but the strangeness is kind of why I like it so much. They're one step ahead of you, Vessa. Are we just IRIAM today, or are we on YouTube as well? So, like, I am on YouTube, but I'm not doing anything different. YouTube is basically just so I get the VODs, and I don't really react to YouTube chat when I'm on the IRIAM side. Also, thank you, TJ Bradley. I appreciate that. Thank you. I type too slow on phone? No worries. I know there's quite a few people who don't necessarily like the, phone style, so I do apologize. But yeah, yeah, Pokemon movie night would be nice. I think Kaku was saying that the 5th one is really good. I do really like the 5th one. I don't know. It would actually, it would kind of be fitting considering that it's, like, Pokemon Day month. I don't know. Rugged Tripod, hello, welcome in. I hope you are enjoying IRIAM so far. It's not your fault you didn't make the app. Yeah, that's fair. I just know that, like, in general, right? It would be cool if there was a way for people to type on desktop or, like, keyboard or stuff, but yeah, unfortunately I don't have any control over that. I'm gonna have to give that some thought at a later point. I don't know. You guys sort of piqued my interest. But yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, where I was going originally with the stream. Ever seen Whisper of the Heart? It's a Ghibli film, great for aspiring artists. I love, I don't think I've seen Whisper of the Heart, but I have seen Cat Returns. I do love Cat Returns. Yeah, Stream Peak. Yeah, Ghibli would be good too. Ghibli is just, yeah, like you said, really great for artists, really great inspiration. Ghibli would be good. I don't know. I'm so nervous about the idea of Discord movie stuff, but I don't know. I'll give it a thought. I do want to see Whisper of the Heart at some point, though. I loved Cat Returns. Dual Throne says, I suddenly have a cunning plan. Ninetales, but with a Starlight Aesthetics makeover. We call it Atelier Ninetales. Huh? Princess Mononoke is very good. I like it because it's similar to my VTuber Shamanic Crow character. How so? Princess Mononoke? With the Tengu? I don't really see, like, the similarity. But maybe I'm missing something. Princess Mononoke is beautiful, though. Very long, but very beautiful. I think it's like 3 hours or something crazy like that. It's a long film. Very beautifully done, though. What was I? Yeah, it's something crazy like that. It's like basically, it feels like, how long is Princess Mononoke? You know, I'll look it up real quick. How long is Princess Mononoke? Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay, it felt a lot longer when I first saw it. Because of mysticism and animistic undertones and spirituality of anthropomorphic talking animals? I guess so? My brain decided to combine Pokemon with Starlight, and now it came Atelier Ninetales. I guess if I was a Pokemon, I would probably be a Ninetales. Probably a Alolan Ninetales. I don't know. Like, my favorite Pokemon is Jirachi, but I don't think I would really be a Jirachi, you know? I feel like if it was Mystery Dungeon, I'd have, like, a Jirachi partner, and then I would probably be a Alolan Ninetales or something like that. I feel like that would probably be the most accurate. I don't know. Jirachi's my favorite, but I don't feel like I would be one. If that makes sense, right? I would probably be an Alolan Ninetales if I had to guess. Because, like, we already got the similar coloring and the fairy typing. I'm not necessarily ice type, but it's probably the closest. What would I be? I think, Vessa, we've already established that you're Wooper. Girachi? Wait. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, are you trying to combine Giratina and Jirachi, or do you, do you know who Jirachi is? I'm out, sorry I've been absent lately, work has been killer. No worries, Charming Falcon, I appreciate you stopping in and everything, so thank you for your support, and thank you for the IRIAM hearts, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope work goes well. Thank you, Charming Falcon. All the best. Yeah, Talon's a Murkrow, that's for sure. Jirachi is spelled... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Eve gotcha. Jirachi is the Wishmaker Pokemon. Jirachi appears every 1,000 years and grants wishes for 7 days. And they're probably my favorite Pokemon, but I don't think I would be one, because I don't really, like... Aside from the wish granting and the star motifs, I'm not as visually similar. Harumi, hello, welcome in, and it's nice to meet you. I see that you are new to IRIAM, and it's your first time in here, so welcome in. If there's anything that I can explain, or if there's any questions you have, let me know. Disappears for 1,000 years, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, I like Wooper, but why would I be Wooper? Because you already said that it was like your twin tails, right? With the sides of its head. That's what you already told me. Unless you're sort of in the same situation that I am, and that you're saying, like, it's, like, for me, Jirachi being my favorite, but I wouldn't be one. So are you just asking, like... What would you be? Probably a dark type, right? Because of the whole, like, black clothes and CIA thing going on. Let's see. Taka is already Absol, so I can't give you Absol. Yeah, it's very itty-bitty and cute. I adore Jirachi so much. Wooper's cute and dumb, and there are many of them, so I guess it fits. Isn't that what you said before? That there was, like, tons of them? That they're always in, like, big groups, so it fits you? I'm pretty sure that's what you've said before. I can't think of any other Pokemon that would, like, super, super fit you. I just wanted you to justify it, to be honest. Vesta and her clone staffing the whole agency, right? Honestly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a Wooper. You could be Sketty Tito, but the evolutions are magic-based, so I don't really think that fits. I think Sketty Tito is another one where you're like, you like it, but you wouldn't be it. I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think if there's like a Pokemon with twin tails that is not Wooper. And that just tells you how to change your character design. That's not useful! There is a grass type, but I don't really think that fits you. Oh, but it is white, magenta, and green. Color-wise, it would fit, but not its evolution. Its evolution wouldn't fit as well. I don't know. Yeah, there's a Pokemon called, Steenie? S-T-E-E-N-E-E? But the evolution would not fit you, so I don't know. Maybe you're just, maybe you're an evolution. Maybe you're like, what would fit you? Glaceon or Umbreon, maybe? I know nothing about Pokemon. No worries, Eve. Dual Throne says I know I'm one of the ghost types. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You had me draw Corviknight before. I feel like that could still fit. Scarlet and Violet needs better twin tail style. I missed the one from Sword. That's fair, yeah. Not as much customization there, right? It's okay if you don't know Pokemon. We're just sort of yapping. I will say, though, that my YouTube video idea is going to feature Pokemon. So, I do apologize if you're not entirely familiar with it, but I just felt like, at least for now, at least in the beginning, I felt like a Pokemon direction was sort of the easiest way that I would know how to take things. Just because it's what's most familiar to me. And then in the future, I do want to expand the concept. So, mainly, I need to see if the concept will work. And if it does work, then I'm hoping to expand it beyond Pokemon. But I have to test it with Pokemon first. It's just sort of the only way I can get it to work in my head. Or, I don't know, maybe I'll just try, like, a mix of things. Maybe I'll try a variety. Dual Throne says I am, mischievous. I could see that. Ghost type, okay. See what works. Yeah, exactly. Also, Cherry Cub, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Charming Falcon wouldn't be Bombardier. Wait, is there Bombardier? I don't think I know what the design is. Maybe so, maybe. It just drops rocks? Is that what it's just a stork that drops rocks? I guess, maybe. That is the strangest. We are getting so strange with the Pokemon designs lately, I think. Delibird? Delibird could actually work. Considering that, you know, half the time it's a surprise. Actually, I think Delibird would fit better. If Ghastly had spider legs, it would be perfect. Still a personal fave. That's fair. What about Ariados? I actually like Ariados. Ariados has a spider design that I'm not scared of. That or Fluttermane. Oh my gosh. I can't express how much I hate the 1000th Pokemon. Don't worry. I do too. I like to call the 1000th Pokemon, the mascot for mac and cheese. It really just looks like it's meant to sell mac and cheese. I don't like the 1000th design either. Ariados is cool, but I never felt a strong connection with it for some reason. You know, something that's interesting is you You'll definitely be more likely to develop a stronger connection to a Pokemon if you, blah, 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 blah. If you watch an episode that features it. That's usually how a lot of people end up falling in love with the really, really strange ones, is they usually have an episode that, like, captured their heart with it, right? Talon says, I have a question. Even if my character exudes confidence and high confidence, would having a chill, reserved personality still fit because of the contrast? I know there's the anime stereotype where the serious and strong character also is reserved, like Inuyasha's brother. So, the character is confident and is reserved. I think, yeah, I think that's, like, most cooler than you guy anime characters. Isn't that also basically Sasuke? Eve says, I don't think I have a favorite, most because I don't know much. That's totally fine, Eve. Sometimes it's fun to just, like, run through a Pokedex and just, like, look at a bunch of designs for the fun of it. Cherry Cub says, my favorite is Jigglypuff. Oh, I love that. Yeah, almost every VTuber has conflicting design and personality. But, like, what you're saying doesn't even sound like it's conflicting. A character that is strong and confident and also aloof, I think is, like, most anime male protagonists that aren't, like, Wild Child Naruto style. I love Typhlosion, though, when I played the games. Oh, I love Typhlosion so much. Typhlosion is such a good design. And Johto, I have a bias for the Johto region. I love Pokemon from the Johto region, and I love Johto itself. And Cyndaquil was my starter choice as well, so I also love Typhlosion. Talon says, I always thought that would be a drawback for me. Whenever I think about it, it could actually be a big win for me authentically. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? I guess. Can only go by aesthetics, I've never seen a show. That's fair, yeah. I don't know, I love certain episodes of the anime that make you really feel for a character that you don't think that you would like. Like, for example, okay, I do like this Pokemon, but this is just a good example. There is an episode where there's a Houndoom that is trying to help Togepi get back to Misty, and it made so many people fall in love with Houndoom who had never really given Houndoom a chance, because it just shows, like, you know, the humanity of the different Pokemon and their each individual little personalities and everything. Yeah, the empathy of it. Exactly. So sometimes, if you're not really sure about if a Pokemon is your favorite, then watching an episode that features it will sort of solidify it. Dual Thrones, I love the aesthetic of Hisui and Zoroark. I do love Hisui and Zoroark, and I've actually done a speed paint of Hisui and Zoroark. Lillian says, what Talon's describing is sometimes referred to as gap moe, in which character's appeal comes from the contrast between appearance and personality. But Lillian, it's not gap moe, because it all fits. It's not like... In this case, I don't think it's gap moe. I think it all sort of fits together in a very natural form. Talon says, dog breed Houndoom is inspired by is very fierce and also protective. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, Gap Moe is when you have a character that is, like, you know, looks super dark and scary and is actually, like, you know, total sweetheart or something. Or, I don't know, it usually ends up being the opposite. It's usually a character that's, like, really cute and innocent and gentle looking, and then, like, her pastime is being a murderous assassin, or so, I don't know. It's always, like, like you're saying, like, it's the opposite thing, but with Talon, they're just saying, like, a character who is strong and confident and aloof. And to me, that's just Sasuke. That's literally just Sasuke. My side is a good example. Yeah, exactly, there you go. Yeah, or me side. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, that is a good example. That, or like, Doki Doki, right? It's pronounced me side? Okay. Yeah, any of those kind of things. But I think what Talon's describing is fairly standard. I still need to get that game. But yeah. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just trying to think. Gotta bail suddenly? Have a good stream and good day, Starlight. Alright, Dual Thrones, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best. I feel like... I feel like I just got, like, empty head. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I think after stream, I'm really gonna try working on this, on the YouTube stuff. Yeah, brain no work. It's hard to, like, constantly be thinking of things. More the archetype of brooding loner. Kinda sounds like it, from what I can tell. And I think, you know, brooding loner can also go along with confident. I think that confident and strong can also go with brooding. Because usually it's corresponded to, like, thinking that you're better than everyone, right? Like, stereotype-wise. Maybe not, like, your actual self, but, like, stereotype-wise, the character usually couldn't be bothered, and they're sort of a brooding loner, because they sort of look down on everybody else. The CEO type in female-oriented romance novels. I guess so, yeah. Like, so obsessed with work and sort of thinks that they're, like, better than everybody. So yeah, to me that's literally just Sasuke. I don't read those, but you know the type, apparently. That's fine. There's a ton of different weird things. Definitely not. But yeah. I don't either, but I understand completely. Exactly, yeah. There's the tropes that we can all understand. I think that I really want to, I think after this stream, I want to try working on some overlays, and I think that the overlay that I develop for this YouTube idea is something that I think I want to also use for future art streams. I'm trying to work on cleaning things, like making things look really nice and neat. And I saw this art streamer who did a technique I really liked, because you know how usually my art stream, it shows like the entire program, but you guys really aren't there to like learn the actual techniques of the program necessarily. So I seen one where you make the canvas really, really, really big, and then if you crop it, you can make the whole thing look nice and clean. So I'm going to try that for this video, and then I'm going to see if we can possibly do that with this overlay as well. It'll take a little bit of pre-planning, because it means that I have to sort of, like, figure out how large the canvas has to be for anything, but I want to really work on improving the design of things. Talon says, I personally think I'm not better than anyone, but can be very quiet and introverted most of the time, so I can play the character well. There you go. Eve says character tropes and archetypes. Yeah, exactly. Which, you know, it's important for storytelling and everything. Erin, hello! Welcome in, It's nice to meet you. Hello! How are you doing today? Hope you're having a lovely day. Actually, that does bring up something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. When you watch other streamers, you know, this is something that I sort of debate with people, right? Do you like streams that have, like, a really nice, fancy, flashy overlay? Or do you think that, do you like streams that are, like, really just focused on the actual thing the streamer is doing, like the game or the art program or the whatever? I don't know if you guys maybe watch Just Chatting and then there's sort of always a background. But when you guys watch streams, do you like things to look sort of fancy and on brand, or do you like things with simple, no distraction? Like, not IRIAM streams, but, YouTube and Twitch. Both? Both. What would, like, do you mean, like, you don't really have a preference? Like, you're fine with either? I'm just sort of wondering that, because I'm sort of, like, I'm trying to improve things. And I think that my layout is very messy right now, but I sometimes argue with somebody who says that it's best to just not have any overlays at all, to just have the thing you're doing. So there'll be, like, you know, just the video game or something. It's nice to look at, but more of how well you can carry. Interesting. Do you mind expanding on that? Do you mean, like, the streamer is more important, or it's a matter of, like, how well you can utilize it as a streamer? Because I understand if you're saying that to you, like, the streamer is more important. It adds personality. Yeah, I think so too. Busy afternoon, thanks for the stream, Starlight, catch you later. Alright, thank you, Lillian, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you, thank you. Depends on the quality of the video game or person. Ah, interesting. Depends on the quality of the video game? What do you mean by the quality of the video game? I'm curious about that, because, like, I've been playing Hamtaro, and I feel like it needs an overlay, because it's so pixelated, right? But yeah, I'm interested as to what people's opinions are on that, what they think about that kind of thing. Because, I don't know, I'm changing things around, and I want to make things work as best I can. I have a interesting idea that I want to do for art layout, but I'm still not really sure what I'm doing with game layout, to be honest. Especially something like Hamtaro, which isn't a modern game, so it has to have an overlay because it doesn't fit. Like, I don't really like how I have black bars whenever I stream. It's also nice that the colors are softer, so it doesn't take attention away from the focus. Ah, interesting, interesting. I think that makes sense. For me, I think that a huge part of it is, like, does it fit the VTuber's brand, right? Because, let's say on Twitch, for instance, right? You don't have thumbnails. You don't have any way of, like, making a flashy thumbnail to attract people to your stream. You pretty much only have, like, the stream look itself and whatever the title is, although I don't think people really pay attention to the title. So, if you only have the stream itself, then you kind of have to have some sort of overlay, otherwise you end up looking like every other person streaming the game, right? Just something that keeps some of their attention. What would be an example of, like, high quality for a video game? In your case with this? I think it's good if it's on brand that matches your theme. Yeah, I think so. I try to do that, but I feel like I could still improve it. I think I need to do more stuff that's, like, lighter and more crystally, and right now I'm sort of focused on, like, dark and, like, starry night. I think I need to do something that's a little bit more, like, Love Nikki looking, I suppose, or Infinity Nikki looking. Just something that's a little bit more, pastel-y, I guess. I think that would fit me better than what I have now. I want to try figuring out if I can paint. I want to do something that involves, a scroll, and I want to see if I can paint the scroll to look kind of, iridescent and crystalline. Your theme is part of your character that combines with your model. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It kind of all needs to flow together, right? I think so, too. I think that's, like, why I want to change things, is, like, my current overlay is still, like, it's a new overlay, but it's still, like, darker than my main theme, and it's tricky, right? Because if it's too similar, right? If I just made it, like, a periwinkle color, then I would just blend into it, so that's not good either. So you sort of have to figure out, like, a nice balance of sticking out from your own background, but keeping the background unique to your branding, but, like, also making sure that, that it, like, all fits together, without obscuring you too much. I don't know. Like, this is also a dark background, and it makes me stand out better. So it's hard to figure out what works, especially for different VTubers with different aesthetics, right? I think it can be a little bit tricky, but I like playing around with it. So I'm gonna see if I can do something nice with, like, a sort of crystally atmosphere going forward with everything. When you see on Twitch, it's a still image, so it needs to be unique, I guess, but not super strong once on the stream. I know that's vague. No, I do think I understand what you mean. I think that a lot of overlays tend to look very similar to each other, so it's hard to sort of stand out now, because everyone used to do overlays because not a lot of people are doing them, right? So it was like a way to stand out by having an overlay. Now everyone does overlays, so you can't really stand out. So now some people are trying to do the opposite. They're trying to stand out by not having an overlay. But my take on that is that if you don't have an overlay and you're getting rid of it to stand out, then you're also making yourself look no different than the people who are just too lazy to have an overlay. Like, they aren't really taking the whole thing seriously at all. So it's like, okay, you don't have the branding, and you think it's gonna, like, make you stand out because everyone has the branding look, right? But then it also sort of makes you look like a beginner. It's so weird. The people who don't have the overlays are either the people who are at the very beginning of their streaming journey or are at the top, right? Like the people at the very, very, very top who need no introduction. The Iron Mouses, for instance. It's like having a more unique model. Yeah, exactly. It's like, alone it's not going to help you. But if you become known for other things, then it sort of adds on. Yeah, people with name recognition, exactly. It's always interesting for me to talk about that stuff as I'm sort of, like, working and developing it. But I think that we are probably going to wrap up there, because, my throat is irritating me a little bit, and, I was, working a little bit too much yesterday. It's good to talk about as I'm revealing my model soon. Oh, very exciting, very exciting. Yeah, if you ever want to talk about this stuff more, I'm happy to. I think I'll probably wrap up here. But we will resume on Wednesday, and I think that tomorrow I will probably be on YouTube and Twitch, likely doing an art stream. I think I might try to see if I can stream doing some of the assets that I want to be using for the video. So, thank you so much, Stargazers, for tuning in. I appreciate it so very much. Let me make sure that I'm all set here. And I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. And thank you so much, Stargazers, for all your support today. I really, really appreciate it and wish you the best. Thank you so much.